Hello and welcome to the Garden or Orchard of Vegan, where you'll be able to find out how you can get healthy in September 2025. So that's through the foods that I recommend and also through cycling. So I promote the high sugar freedom lifestyle, which is subsequently vegan. And that means you'll be able to lose weight, hello butterfly, regain your health and improve your life quality. So essentially on this channel, I promote diet therapy. So you'll see through the foods that I recommend, you'll be able to lose weight sustainably without needing to count calories. And you'll be also able to enjoy the freedom, the real sense of freedom so I'm dressed in my kit, that cycling can give you. And this means that, yes, to get healthy in September 2025, you will have to change your life and change your lifestyle to a one based on health. So if you're doing what everyone else is doing, which is, everyone is basically doing the same thing, and therefore most people are unhealthy, and therefore if you're living the life that most people are, therefore you will also be unhealthy. And what I mean by this is the foods that you're eating, the foods that you eat is the largest way you interact with your environment around you. And we know now that we have polluted the planet so badly that, for example, you want to eat low on the food chain. Okay, so I promote eating foods such as white rice and fruit. So I'm surrounded here by perfectly ripe plums. So here are some foods that I recommend. So white rice and fruit is amazing. So what you'll have to do to get healthy is stop eating like everyone else. So you need to get rid of all the animal products. And yes, 99% of most people will not change their behavior. And this goes for everything. Okay, so most people are the 99%, whereas on this channel I represent that 1% of people who will change their life in order to live a better life. So I always say, if you live like everyone else, you will die like everyone else. Okay, so most people are not vegan and on a high sugar diet, and most people will eventually succumb to the foremost chronic diseases. So that is heart disease and cancer and diabetes, just for example. And these are all caused by a high fat, excess high fat, high protein lifestyle of animal products. And yes, you can eat high fat, high protein on a vegan lifestyle. And I don't promote high fat, high protein vegan. I promote high sugar, low fat, low protein vegan with a mix of processed and unprocessed foods. So for example, I might promote white rice and fruit, but I also promote some processed foods such as white table sugar. So if you're going out cycling, so there's the sense of freedom that you get, but also cycling is amazing for losing weight. It's amazing for weight loss. It saves you money and it reconnects you with nature. So just the other day, I stopped to pick up a little baby bird that was stranded in the middle of the road. This is why you should get a bike, so you can save nature. Hello. And not run it down. So this little one was just in the road. I'm gonna put it down here. Time to go. Time to go. I think it's a little sparrow. Yeah. There you go, get a bike. If you ever see a little bird in need, just stop and help it. Otherwise it'll get run over. Yeah, you have to realize that when I tried to show this video of this little baby bird, cute little baby bird, to people, They're not interested. So I would go, oh, look at this baby bear that I saved, because essentially you only love two animals on the planet, cats and dogs, and then every other animal on the planet is a sub-species, a sub-animal species, okay? So the reason why you love cats and dogs is because you've just been conditioned to love cats and dogs. And I always say, well, do you eat the flesh of cats and dogs? And people say, no, I love cats and dogs. And I say, well, do you eat the flesh of pigs or cows or sheep or ducks? And I always get, no, I don't. I don't like these animals. I don't love these animals. And then subsequently, that makes it easy to eat chicken because you don't love chickens. So you have to break through the conditioning. So essentially, everything that you're doing in your life is designed to make you sick. So the lifestyle that you're leading, the foods that you're eating, and the sedentary life is making you sick. And yes, if you want to hear it, if you want to listen, the reason is, okay, the horror of it is because the second largest industrial complex is the complex of the pharmaceutical industry, the healthcare industry, and the food industry, and animal agriculture. This essentially is the second largest industry or complex behind the industrial military complex. Okay, so the industrial military complex is the most powerful industry on the planet, the most powerful industrial complex, and then the second most powerful industrial complex is pharmaceutical industry, healthcare industry, the food industry, and animal agriculture. This generates trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars, and therefore a large population living on foods that are making people sick generates a lot of money for the healthcare industry, which then generates a lot of money for the pharmaceutical industry, and generally animal agriculture it's very heavily involved in petrochemical industry, which there's another one. So petrochemical industry and the oil industry also, that's all part of it, because pharmaceutical industry is refined from the petrochemical industry, which is refined from the oil industry. And the oil industry is very heavily involved with animal agriculture. And so a sick population eating foods that makes you sick makes money for the healthcare industry, which makes money for surgery, for example, and all of these modern healthcare industry, and that makes a lot of money for the pharmaceutical industry. So you're basically being told, eat lots of fat and protein, and if that doesn't make you healthy, eat more of it, and if that doesn't work, your doctor will help you, and if he can't help you, here's a cocktail of drugs that just treat the symptoms and not the cause, and the cause of your disease, so being diseased, is because of the food you're eating. So it's that simple. So if you want to live the freedom lifestyle, high sugar freedom lifestyle, then if you're the 1% who's watching this video, you will change. But if you are one of the 99%, you'll carry on living the way you're living, and then you'll die like how everyone else dies, which is essentially heart disease and cancer. So I meet people in real life, in the real world, who I have these conversations with about they're interested in their health, but they're not interested enough or willing to change enough not to get cancer and heart disease. So just in the last 1.5 years, 2 people now I've got who are adamant about eating flesh. I call it the Homer Simpson vampire diet. They call it the keto diet. I call the keto diet the Homer Simpson vampire diet. So flesh and blood, flesh and blood. These people have now died of cancer. So 2 people in real life who said they wanted to carry on how everyone else is have now died in real life. So so like and subscribe, and get in touch on the email at the top of the description if you want to find out what you can eat on the high sugar freedom lifestyle, which is yeah, high in carbohydrate or high in sugars. Essentially, sugar and carbohydrate is the same thing. And so I'm talking about glucose and what you can eat to keep your fat and protein intake low, which is what you need to focus on. So becoming vegan will not ruin your life. It will actually improve your life. So if you think, if you feel rubbish all the time, you feel sick all the time, it's not because you're vegan, okay? Because you're not vegan. Anyway, thank you for your time. Hope you enjoyed the garden of vegan here. How many butterflies did you see in this video? Might just have one right now. So there you go. Unwashed, no chemicals. Out here with the birds and the bees and the butterflies. Wow. Just put that stone down there and it'll regrow. There you go, look at that. Wow. This is what we're meant to eat, okay? This is what we're meant to eat.